We're laughing already, Ellen, because eyes on me, Ellen. Do not. Are you staring at my food? Don't you stare at my food. Oh my God. What are we doing
If you
today?
don't want to stare, if you don't want somebody to stare at your chest, you shouldn't have your logo there.
That's why I
That's
put
kind
my
of why
logo
we're,
there.
yeah.
That's what I put.
So you're like, eyes up here, big fella.
That's right, big fella. No, I'm like right here. Eyes where I want them. The trusted toolbox right here on my chest. Huh. I wonder what is that why Hooters was so popular?
I'm not going there.
Okay, we're not
No,
going there.
no.
As they are now going bankrupt.
I
They filed
know.
bankruptcy. Crazy, right?
It's a turn of the page, isn't it?
It is a turn of the page. Now let's turn the page and talk about what we're going to talk about today. Oh wait, I got something to tell you.
What's that? Oh, let me guess. Weekend's coming.
Weekend came.
Oh, you don't look particularly hungover on a Wednesday.
Right. I kept it together for the weekend because I got new clubs.
Were
New
those the
golf
ones
clubs.
I just saw in the garage?
That's right, baby.
I almost went
And
over there because they
this
look really
podcast,
clean.
I asked Titleist if they wanted to sponsor the podcast, and they said, "Yeah, you're going to have to get in line
Mm.
because we got too many others." But I'm like, well, but they aren't as cool as us, and I need new clubs, and I wouldn't mind it if you wanted to kind of comp them for me. So there's no comp, by the way, but I've got them. Titleist,
Big surprise. Yeah.
through driver.
And how are you hitting them?
I loved it. I had a good time. So I played one round. Dispersion came down.
I didn't have a whole lot going on this weekend.
Huh. Well, so we're doing this podcast in the middle of the week, as we always
there's a
do.
golf course literally right there.
I
Have I ever played with Chris? No.
I won't let
No.
him with me. No,
Rude.
can't. That is
Super rude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
You're
I
my
meant rude
friend.
that you haven't asked him.
Right.
Rude that I haven't asked him.
Yes.
Oh,
He seems like a nice guy.
I am a nice guy.
he's a nice guy.
And I can hit the ball okay.
He does hit the ball okay because I did use him in a scramble at a charity event.
Yeah, but not here.
But just not here. Wait, don't keep doing that. Yeah. So
You're gonna have to fix it.
guess what I'm doing after we're done with this show? We're doing this during the middle of the week. I've got another big event happening tomorrow.
What?
I'm going to be playing in the 680 The Fan charity golf event for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Very cool.
I got invited because I do the radio show, and they said, "Hey, we'd love to have you come out there and love to
Because
have
you're a big personality now, so they want the celebrities.
I guess so. I'm
Do
going
people have to bid on you to be in their foursome, and they're like, "Who's this guy?"
5 cents. Yeah, I'm your A player. No, don't want that. No, But I'm going out there with my new sticks, and I'm going to show off.
Nice.
Yes. All right. But now, speaking of showing off, what do we talk about most of the time when we're on? We're always talking about business. When we're always having a drink or two, unless somebody bangs on us about a breathalyzer test after. I live here, so we're good. Alan has a bed here. We're fine. If he has to, he can stay and not leave next time. All right. So what else do we talk about all the time? Alan loves to cook. Chris loves to eat.
Chris loves to cook.
I love to cook too. So I also, being the president of NARI, we had our NARI event earlier this year.
Notice how he name dropped. He could have just said we had an area event, but I am the president.
President.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's his flex right there. It was a little humble.
I'm going to
Not even
genuflect
humble
right
brag. You should.
But are you the president of your HOA?
Oh gosh, no.
I am.
Oh no. Uh-oh. You know what? Oh, you have
God bless
power.
you.
So much power.
Oh, dude.
That is
No.
such a thankless, brutal job. How many?
Really good neighborhood. We have a really good neighborhood.
How many homes?
It's a condo unit.
Oh,
So there's 59.
you can't hide from each other then.
We're in our own little tiny building, 3 of us, and then everybody else is in there. So I can hide a little bit.
Oh my gosh. That's serious power. So when you
I got called a Nazi because I'm on our board and we won't allow red mulch. I'm like, I don't think that was in Mein Kampf, but just saying.
thou shall not have red mulch.
No, I
don't
got called a
I agree
Nazi
with that, though.
on the
I'm
tennis
not
court.
opposed to that.
I actually found an article saying trends that, bad landscaping trends that are dying, and it was red mulch. I'm like, we published it in the next newsletter.
Attaboy. Just
Yeah.
double down.
Yep. Gave him the
All right. What was the
verbal
worst
finger.
thing you've ever had to do at the HOA? Like tell somebody you can't do that, or you can't shoot somebody. You can't keep your dead mom in a freezer. What was it?
We had a lady that was feeding the squirrels. So she would throw peanuts out to the squirrels, and they got so dependent on that, they started they would sit on the tree branch and screaming at her window for her to throw more down. mean, that's not the worst, but we have pretty good neighbors. We had a guy that got up on the roof and was going to film a YouTube video up there. He had like a whole contract and everything for the people that he'd hired. But like, you can't go on a roof, like you'll fall.
Yeah.
There's no ledge.
Okay.
So
Ah.
it's just just kind of weird things like that.
Screaming squirrels. That's not going to be the episode title. Definitely
Wait
not.
for those
Unintended
neighbors.
consequences.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
It's good people. We have good people.
All right. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Segue that, Chris.
I can't. Screaming squirrels to the charcuterie board company.
That's right.
Oh no.
I'm going to start screaming
Screaming
until we open
Yes.
open it up. Yeah.
Charcuterie. All right, we have the gathering board. All right, Andrea and Derek Johnston are here. And I met them at this event, and I really love their food, number one. And I just started talking to Andrea, and she said, well, we've started this business, and we're going all in. We're jumping in and doing this. And I was like, really? I said, I really want to have you come on the podcast because I'm talking to somebody next week who thinks that starting your own business is just nothing but, pie in the sky, getting new clubs, getting to play golf, doing all the great, cool stuff. That's 17 years later, and I'm still hustling, bro. He does not realize how hard it's going to be. So I'm excited to talk to somebody who's just getting started to see what they expected and get into all this stuff. But I would say welcome first. But let's get a little background. So you guys are married.
Correct.
Did that happen? Yes, we are.
Yeah. And you guys started this business together before you were married.
We did.
Do tell.
So we have only been married for 3 years. We met in 2018, and Derek lived in our condo that we live in right now, and then I lived up in Canton.
So Derek's attracted to power. Is what I'm hearing.
You brought her in and you
Yeah.
made the HOA president. Smart move. Yes.
So Derek moved up with me up in Canton because my daughter was in high school, and we were living up there until she graduated, and I'm kind of jumping the gun. So we met in 2018.
And you guys are both full-time job. This thing
Yeah.
wasn't even around. The gathering board, not
No.
an idea.
No, not at all.
Either of you involved in food at all to this point?
Just loving to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love food. I went through this huge made from scratch phase. And so when my kids were little, I made them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I made the bread. I made the peanut butter.
I
made
love
the
that.
jelly.
Yes.
Like, I even had a cow for a while. I was a chicken farmer for a little bit, which sounds just ridiculous to say that now, but it was so much fun. So I've made butter. I've made ice cream. You guys have some ricotta right here. I wish I would have milked the cow to make the ricotta because it would taste better, but this is
So my
second best.
son is a hunter,
mhm.
and he married a girl who's basically a farmer. And their dream is to have a Thanksgiving where they source all their own ingredients.
I
And I
love
think
that.
that would just be amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
It just tastes better, and there's this satisfaction that you receive from eating a meal that you made yourself.
All right, so from farm to table, but let's talk about from farm to table to making money.
To making money.
'Cause I love what your son's gonna do, but it ain't gonna make no money.
He probably could make some money doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Challenge accepted. I like it.
I think so. Once a year event, and he'd happily go shoot some stuff. And
Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
So Derek and I started dating, and Derek took me down to a place in Atlanta, a little Italian restaurant, and we got a charcuterie board. Now, I'd gone on dates before, and I got in a charcuterie board, and it was okay. It was fine. But with him, it was just totally different.
Maybe it was a halo effect because of Derek.
I think I actually liked him,
Yeah.
versus anybody else.
Oh, that's nice.
It
I
was,
actually kind of
yeah.
liked him.
But the,
That's always a bone.
I did like him. The ambiance was better. The wine was delicious. The presentation of the board was really spot on, and the flavors were amazing. So we were sharing it. I was hogging all the tomato jam and like totally turning my nose up to the olives. Like, gross, get those out of here. He loved them. I didn't. What do you think this is? Let's try some more of that. It was just a great experience, and I really think that meal that we shared together over, we just shared one plate of food. it really was intimate and bonded us in a really interesting way. And so after that, a couple weeks later, we went to another restaurant. Like, let's get another charcuterie board. And that one was boring and dry. And they served it on like a metal cookie sheet. Didn't taste good. We were really disappointed because we had spent a lot of money on it.
Hmm.
So we joked around about going on to different restaurants and doing like videos of our food and putting it up on YouTube and maybe doing like charcuterie board reviews of
Ooh,
different restaurants. I thought
okay.
that would be fun, kind of a cool date night idea. But then COVID hit, and so we didn't go anywhere. We just stayed home. And at home, left to our own devices, we just made a lot of food and drank a lot of alcohol. And I know a lot of people struggled through COVID. We had a great time. We had a good time. I was doing real estate at
So
the time.
So you were in real estate. You were a real
I was
estate-
doing real estate, yeah. So I have a background in general construction. My ex-husband and I owned a general contracting company up in Michigan. So I'm unique in that I pretty much know how to build a house. Most girls don't. And it's kind of fun. I have a lot of experience doing things like that.
So
But
Derek, do you give her the honey-do list then?
Of course,
he,
of course.
he doesn't really need to because I like doing it. So I'll get it done. Like, you want that mirror hung? I could do that.
All right. So you were in
So,
real estate in
yeah.
2020 and COVID. Actually, people probably don't realize this, but it was not a bad time for you, was it?
Was not a bad time.
Right.
No, we did pretty well. There was I could still sell houses, but I'd make my own schedule. I could work when I wanted to, stay home when I wanted to. Derek owned a CPR company. He's a paramedic, and his business is teaching CPR classes to doctors, surgeons, dentists, and COVID shut that down 100%. Like, they weren't allowed to take classes.
Yeah, you can't zoom that one, can you, Derek?
Not really.
Hey, no, you're not giving enough pressure there. No, he actually just broke his ribs. Nope.
Right.
Nope. Oh my gosh. No, it's no wrong counts. No, that's what do you do? You just shut it down.
Shut it down. I had contracts at several hospitals, and everything just shut down. Hospital shut down. We lost our contracts, so I went from over 20 employees to just me. So everything shut down overnight.
So you're saying, hey, we had a great time. That doesn't sound like a great time. Were you in the right headspace? Were you like, okay, well, this is just meant to be, and I can see the next option in front of me? Or tell me, what were you thinking?
That was a tough time for me because my business just dried up. So I had plenty of savings, so I didn't have to worry too much for a while.
And he also did some contract work. So with his paramedic license, he went to Congress Center. I think they
Yeah,
had
did
a
3 months as overflow for Grady with COVID patients. Did 3 months there. Did 3 months in Chinle, Arizona at one of the Indian reservations, and then did 3 months in New York. So that was very interesting work to do.
So we weren't thinking about starting that business then.
we were. So we're going to back up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're at home. We're watching movies till 2 in the morning. We're making food. So I was making on charcuterie boards for ourselves. It was just fun. My personality is such, like the first one I made, it was not impressive. It was just meat, cheese.
You've come a
crackling.
long way because the one you have right in front of us here is like art.
I'm
Thank
thinking,
you.
I
It's
think this may
beautiful.
be our podcast cover art. Is the picture
Yeah,
right there,
yeah, no
where
kidding.
This is beautiful.
It-
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, so my personality is such that I'll look at it and go, I can do better. I don't understand the concept of doing something just for the fun of it if you're terrible at it. I know there's a lot of people that are fine with that. That's great. For me personally, I don't have fun if I'm not somewhat good at what I'm doing.
Sounds like golf.
Yeah.
I won't go golfing because I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
If I golfed, I might be better at it, but it's not my thing.
And that's the
So
weird thing about that game is you just really can't ever get good at it.
No. Yeah, I mean, no. I played with one guy who ever said, man, that was the best shot of my life. And it wasn't a hole in one. And I'm like, no, you didn't get a hole in one.
Right.
But you
You
were
can't
driving.
master it. You can't
Yeah,
master it.
You know. All right. So
yeah.
So you just kept iterating.
So I just kept making more boards and we just had fun doing that. And I was posting pictures to
How's your,
my
how's your
Facebook.
sodium level?
We don't check that.
Ah. What?
Blissful ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, I mean, she's in shape. They both look great too.
They-
So obviously they're
yeah,
not
they do.
partaking of much of their stuff, or at least, or maybe they're running a mile or a marathon
Well,
every
you
day.
can only eat so much charcuterie
That's
day
true.
after day after day, and we've been doing this for 5 years.
Mm.
So I posted pictures on Facebook, and his mom saw them, and so she asked for one for her birthday. I was like, okay, that's cool. So we went down to Mississippi where they live, and I found a really nice board. We found the best cheeses and meats that the Gulf Coast had to offer. Not really their forte, but they had a pretty nice selection. And then, because I'm a little bougie, I was like, hey, let's find some cheese knives, make it like a whole package. And because also I wanted to impress future mother-in-law.
Right. Good move.
Right. So there's there's not any like real home goods stores down there. So we went to a little antique shop. I said, hey, I'm looking for some knives that could work for a charcuterie board. And right off the bat, she goes, oh, did you know there's a place that makes and delivers charcuterie boards? And it was
Oh.
this like, oops, this like, aha, what?
That's
What a
well,
cool idea.
You can't do that. So
That was a cool idea to me. Now, I started multiple businesses in my head, never really got around to starting them, but it's sort of like a hobby, like to find things like the blender bottle. There's a problem. They put a powder in a drink. He has to get a whisk and stir it up. Wouldn't that be cool if we could just put a whisk right in the bottom? Comes up with this product, millionaire. I love that. I love that concept. And so I would always look at different things and see what's the problem and how could I fix it. I like to fix problems. And so this was something completely unexpected, nothing I had been looking for to do anything with food. But the concept of something unique like charcuterie boards as a business was, I don't know, it's fascinating to me and just stuck.
Let me guess what you talked about all the way home from Mississippi.
yeah, pretty much. I knew that was coming.
I'm getting a knowing look from Derek.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Hey, do you think your mother liked me? Hey, Derek, what do you think about this? What do you think about this idea? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
So
we
did you
could
guys
scale
order
it, we
these?
could
This is
distribute it,
what
we
it
could
looked
get it
like?
on Amazon.
No, we
You
did not. We went home and I just couldn't shake the idea. It wasn't local to their city. It was in a different city. So I couldn't shake the idea. And I was like, I
She
could
had
do
a
that.
fever. She had a fever for salami and prosciutto and a cheese and the organizing to make it look so nice. Okay, so you had this fever. It's always good, right,
Right.
to have a business plan. What'd you do?
I winged it.
That a girl. Here we go.
Yes. So this was August 2020. We are smack dab in the middle of COVID still. I decided a great business name was calling it the Gathering Board. I wanted people to gather around and get that same feeling like we had on our first date where you're sharing a meal.
You're right about that. I mean, there is a strong business principle. I mean, the bond that you create with somebody over a good meal, it really applies in business. I mean,
100%.
yeah, and I mean, better than a sales call, better than, yeah, you sit over a good meal and suddenly, there's a connection there that you wouldn't
It's
otherwise
a
have.
feeling,
Hmm.
right? There's that phrase you always you don't never forget how somebody made you feel. But if you can evoke that feeling with good food or a unique food experience, it's amazing.
So she actually did do the Simon Sinek Find Your Why.
Hmm.
Her why was bringing people together over a food and bonding and gathering, especially during a time where none of us were gathering. And
Well, and you're hitting a couple extra senses than you would normally get in a sales call, for example.
yeah,
You know.
right.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So Derek started teaching classes again, and so there was one specifically that was for some oral surgeons, and he had the class set up, and there's maybe 8 of them, and I made a board, and I brought it with, and I said, "Hey, I brought you guys snacks," and they took one look of it at the board, and they just like devoured. They were so excited, just the response from them, like, "Hey, can I get your business card?" Sorry, I don't have one yet. Well, what's your website? I'm like, don't have that yet either. Like, this is just R&D at this point, trying to find out is this even something that I would get good reactions for. There's nothing like this around. There was no other businesses that were specifically focused on charcuterie. And so I just
So
kind of
far,
put
the first focus group was really positive.
very positive. Yes.
She went to the right people, oral surgeons, lots of money. And then Derek probably had them doing CPR all day, working their ass off, making sure they didn't have lunch.
Yeah,
Oh,
inhale
by the
this
way,
salami and we're going to
hey,
do the Heimlich and
by the
pop it
way,
out.
how's this stuff look? Hey, by the way, can you boost our business? Oh, you guys loved it. Oh, why? Because you haven't eaten since yesterday? Don't worry about that. Good strategy. Derek wears them out, and you come in and knock them down.
Hey, we make a great team.
I like it.
Yes.
All right. So from that great start of no business plan, winging it, no business cards, no website. Here I go. I'm backing into a business. What'd you do then?
Started a website. So that took about 3 days, and I took a bunch of pictures. I made some boards, it took my time because I was able to, and got pictures with my phone. Is very homemade. And I put together a website, and I thought it looked pretty good. It was basic, came up with some pricing. And then, let's see here, my friend Janine, she is my champion, has been by my side forever. She made sure she wanted to be my first customer. And so she ordered off of our website.
So you
ordered a
built a
board.
website where you could order off the website
Yes.
in 3 days.
Yes.
Pretty amazing for me.
I have no idea what I'm doing with websites. I don't.
Yeah.
It was just the
So yeah, I mean, I've got so many questions because not only do you have the packaging and the fulfillment and all that, but then okay, there's probably something to do with the health department and starting a food business. And you have an entrepreneurial background, so you,
yes.
in real estate and in construction, so you kind of know your way around that, registering with the Secretary of State and all that stuff.
Right.
But then it's like, okay, I'm doing a food business. That's a completely different animal.
La di da di da. Da da da. Insurance. Oh, government. Oh, regulations. Screw it. Sell stuff. Let's go.
You sound like you belong in an HOA. Just saying.
Thank you.
Eek.
Rules,
I don't think-
rules.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Sell
So
that stuff.
You're correct. So there are some regulations and things like that. We didn't know if this was going to be a legit, if we would have enough business to sustain. Is this something that I could sell a board to a couple friends, couple neighbors?
Oh, so you started
then
really
it'll
black
die out.
market, backed into the legal stuff. Is that what I'm hearing?
I-
Oh,
Hey,
true crime. We got
I-
true crime again.
I am totally fine with that, big dog. I am so fine with backing in. Screw the government. We're libertarian.
Ask for forgiveness rather than
Big
permission.
time libertarian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers
yes.
to that.
All right.
However, once we determined this is definitely something that we could make a business out of, then we went and found a location and went through the correct path of getting a health department license. And
You have a
commercial
retail
kitchen.
location.
We do.
Why did you choose to do that? Because that's a
you
big
have to.
expense.
You have to.
You had to.
So you can make cakes and cookies and crackers as in your own home with a cottage food license. You cannot do that with charcuterie. It's a meat and cheese product, has to be refrigerated, so they call that a time temperature control or TCS food. You cannot do that with a cottage food license unless you have a specific kitchen in your home that is separate and is licensed as a commercial kitchen. So
That-
we have to. If you want to have a
Actually,
charcuterie
chick
business, you have
salad,
to.
the chicken salad chick, that reminds me of her story of starting out doing it in Auburn, Alabama, and then realizing she had to have a real commercial grade
Mhm.
kitchen that was separate of her own kitchen, and ran into all those rules. So
Right.
when we say you have a retail, do you have actually a storefront?
We do.
that It's open for the public to come walking in.
Yes. Yes.
And where is that located?
That's in Holly Springs, which is between Woodstock and Canton. And we were the first charcuterie catering company with a storefront in the state of Georgia.
So do you have
So-
somebody like we're taping this episode during the week? Do
Mhm.
you have somebody there right now, man in the store for you?
Normally, yes, but our gal is on vacation this week.
Oh.
So we put up a sign that says closed for a private event. We'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, that
And
is so
so-
smart.
Yeah.
That is so smart. Because you know what that makes me want to do? Find out how I get my private event there. That's right. All right. So when I met you guys earlier this year, you already had a retail storefront.
Yes. We got it. We signed the lease in March of 2021. So that was about 6 months after we launched the business. And officially got our license in August.
All right, winging it. I got to hear about this because there's one thing I do in my business is I definitely don't have a retail storefront. And I was always shaken from that because I started my business in '08 and I realized that there were remodelers who were putting up storefronts, quote unquote, to put cabinets out, show off product. People just will walk in and buy, which doesn't ever happen in my world. That's a lot of money. So, I mean, monthly, your outlay there is pretty pricey. And plus the equipment you had to put in there. So that was a pretty big capital investment. So that's a lot of charcuterie boards.
We were fortunate in that the health department did not make us do like an overhead hood, like for the stove. They didn't make us do those big commercial items because we weren't cooking raw meats. We weren't cooking hamburgers, things like that. Everything we did at the time was just preparing already cooked food.
So no grease trap.
So no grease trap
Oh,
either.
That's a big savings.
Yes.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Massive.
mean,
Yes.
I mean, that is because barrier entry into restaurants. I mean, that's the biggest one is the build out.
It
You
is.
think you got grandma's recipes nailed, but it is the build out and then the carrying costs of that place every month is a number.
It's always twice as expensive as you think it will be and takes 2 to 3 times as long.
Oh, I
Sounds like my wife.
yeah.
Every home project I do,
yeah. And it's,
double the time, triple the budget. Okay,
sounds
sounds
like
good.
my start. Yep. That's what I tell people now. If you can double the expenses and half the revenue and double the time it's going to take for you to break even, would you still do this business? Then let's go.
Right. And we were fortunate because, I told you I have experience with construction. And so I did a lot of the work myself. I had my son helped. He's super knowledgeable on building things. His boss came and framed out a wall for us. The city didn't make us, well, we had to get a building permit, but they didn't make it difficult. I'm on the DDA, so that's helpful because I know a lot of the people at the city. And so, pulled a permit and they were just easy to work with.
That's awesome that
Mhm.
they were business friendly because
Yes.
you have enough hurdles. Because I'm just talking about getting started and having the money. Now you got to get people to show up and buy the
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
So you're having good success on your website through order fulfillment.
So I would like to give a shout out to the Facebook group called Cherokee Connect.
Cherokee Connect.
Cherokee Connect,
Hashtag Cherokee Connect. We're going to put that in the show notes.
please. I really feel like they are what launched us in our town because we were selling the boards. We just got started. And I put a post up on there. At the time, I think they had maybe 27,000 followers. And I posted some pictures of what we'd done. And I said, charcuterie boards delivered. That's a thing. It is now. Introducing the gathering board where we make, blah, blah, blah. And I posted that onto their site around 5 p.m. And it was insane. I had
Immediate?
I had over 500 visits to my website that night.
Wow.
Oh, come on. Let's go. Hashtag Cherokee Connect. Do it again.
Yeah.
Right?
500.
I think-
500.
Chris, I think you need to get on Cherokee Connect.
Hey, Cherokee Connect. Do you guys need a great handyman?
Yeah.
What you do?
You need a
know what?
commercial real estate guy.
Yeah, commercial real estate. Alan Wyatt, Keller Willow. All right. So, I mean, that's one of those things where you're like, we've seen this in the movies. Like, hey, we got an order. Hey, we got 2. Hey, we got 20. Hey, we got 40.
You're
We
like,
got 400.
We need to order some more
Hey.
salami now.
Get the Red Bull. Hey, you ain't going to work tomorrow, big guy. We got work to do.
Get the Red
What
Bull.
happened?
So it was pretty quick response. And, nobody's going to order a charcuterie board immediately, but it got us on their radar and they're like, I'm going to have to try that. So aside from Janine being my first paid order, I was in the grocery store one day and my phone made this weird dinging sound and I pulled it up and I got a legit, I don't know who this person is. They just ordered something on my website. It was so exciting. And I may or may not have done this happy dance in the middle of the produce section.
It let out a big woo.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just phenomenal to me that I could make a product, build a website, put that product on my website, and then somebody who doesn't know me ordered it because they liked what I had.
That's so awesome.
It was really awesome. And I called Derek. I'm like, oh my gosh, we just got an order. It was so exciting.
Okay, so you put it out there that you'll make all these different charcuterie boards and that you would deliver them? Is that part
We
of the
delivered everything at
Okay.
that point because we were bootlegging,
Okay.
right? So I
Right.
didn't want anybody coming to us until we were legit.
Hey, I'm thinking like Dukes of Hazzard, right? Remember the Dukes
It's
of
like moonshine,
Moonshine?
except for with meat
They're
and
like moonshine,
cheese.
right? They're like, Derek, go. Load to the back of the car. Maybe
That's
watch
right.
it. No, go. Hit
Yeah.
it. Go.
Roll
go.
out of the garage at night with no lights on
And Derek
with
the
your
whole
charcuterie
and Derek
board.
the whole time, like, but I'm here to save lives. I'm here to tell people how to do things the right way. And now you got me out here bootlegging meats and cheeses.
If they choke on the cheese, I can save that. I can fix them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's how he justified it. Give that driver's seat, Bo. We gotta go. Go, go, go. I dropped off another. Go, go, go.
So we knew full well, like, this is something that has to change. If we're going to have a legitimate business, we have to get a storefront. In the meantime, I needed to pay for said storefront. And so we, sold some boards, but we made sure that we had a process that was exactly like what we would do
It-
we had a commercial kitchen. So I got my Serve Safe manager license. We had a separate fridge, separate pantry, separate. I don't want anybody reaching in the bag of grapes that are going to be going to a customer. That's not okay. I wouldn't be okay with that. So we made sure that we did everything like
If a
we were
grape
supposed to.
hypothetically rolls on the ground for 5 seconds, you pick it up. Is that allowed still to go to the customer?
Yeah, I think so because you just wipe it off.
That is a hard no.
It's
That's
a
a
hard.
hard no?
It's a hard surface. You
Good,
can wipe.
good for everybody on the podcast that we are not running a restaurant
Yeah.
because at home that'd be like a off the
Dick,
side of
no,
the leg.
Yep.
Hit it.
Stick to what you know, Chris.
That's a hard no. Damn it.
MythBusters actually did an experiment on that, and it really doesn't pick up that much stuff on the ground if it's a hard surface like that. Now, if it was like butter,
But not if
You
you're
know.
serving it to people who you could actually
It's still a no.
That's a hard no.
It's the
She's a
concept.
serve safe. She's gone to the other side now.
yeah, I know.
Rule-
That doesn't sound very libertarian to me.
yeah, but you gotta serve it to other people. I get it.
So I'm gonna back up the stories slightly and explain to you our quality standards
Hmm.
and why. So we started the business prior to launching on, talking about it on Cherokee Connect, and I had launched the website. I think it was up maybe 3 days, and got picked up as a player, a girl player, 'cause it's always hard to find girls playing on softball teams. So I got a phone call. Hey, do you want to play on our team? I said, absolutely. Went to play the next day, and maybe like the third inning, I broke my jaw. I got hit with the ball. Wasn't even off a bat.
I
Like, I
didn't
threw it.
expect that. I thought the third inning she brings out the charcuterie board.
No, broke my jaw.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Oh.
it was pretty traumatic.
It has to be, and I'm thinking, you're probably thinking to yourself, this is my moneymaker. This is how I'm making money. I talk. I get
Yeah.
people to buy my boards. Oh my God.
Derek, you're
Yeah.
gonna be
Derek.
the voice from
Yeah,
now on.
Derek and
So yes.
sub, bring it in the right arm. Come on, get in there, buddy. Start selling.
Yeah.
Oh, but seriously, all jokes aside, how long did that set you down?
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So
You're starting a business.
right after 3 days, like 3 days after I launched the website, and I was all excited and ready to go. And now I'm in the hospital, had to have surgery. I couldn't eat anything. I'm just miserable. It didn't hurt that bad. It really didn't, surprisingly.
Did you get some guilt orders out of it though?
No, nobody knew because we hadn't.
Because she didn't have a chance to talk to him.
And yeah, this was pre.
Somebody shut her up.
She should
early.
be on the ground writhing, holding
know-
her jaw and
you know
handing
what
out
I
a
get?
card.
You know what I'm thinking? We're going to get to this in a minute because I have seen a lot of the charcuterie companies pop up. I think this is competition. I think somebody took her out.
Mm. Sweep the leg, Danny.
I'm going.
That's a
Kate-
little deep
going Kate-
conspiracy theory here.
I'm going
Tanya
Kate-
Harding.
Knew it.
Boom.
She will not. You will not skate again, Nancy.
Yes.
Andrea, you will not be starting that thing. All right.
All right. So I'm in bed, laid up, can't do anything, can't move, can't anything. And I turn on the TV, and I don't know what made me start watching it, but Hell's Kitchen was on. And so I started watching Hell's Kitchen. I'd not watched it before, but I'd heard of, Gordon Ramsay and all that. But
That's when you started screaming at people?
I know because they couldn't talk.
Oh.
Yeah. So I started watching this. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't even eat. I can just drink my meals, but I'm watching this cooking show, but I enjoyed it. And I'm watching, and he's throwing food and he's yelling at people. And I'm trying to figure out why this guy is so crazy about making sure his food looks the way it's supposed to look. And as I'm going from episode to episode, season to season, because I'm pretty sure I watched the entire, I think we were 16 seasons at that point, it dawned on me, this is his brand. This is his food. This is his standard. And he's not lowering his standard for anybody. He expects them to come up to his standard. And he values the people that come to his business, the people that give him money for a good meal. He values them and what they think of him. And so he makes sure that it's perfect.
Gold nugget.
That is a great gold nugget. You got to you got to bring everybody up to your standards, not lower your standards in to let everybody come into your business and sully your reputation. That's a great one.
It's difficult to do.
Oh,
It
it's hard
really
to
is
execute.
difficult to keep your standards and not be like, "Eh." So you're talking about the grape on the floor. That wasn't my example, but once I started building boards again, it was a couple weeks later, I distinctly remember uh, cutting a strawberry, and the strawberry was fine. I would have eaten it. It wasn't rotten or moldy or anything like that, but it was a little squishy. And I remember going to put it on the board and going, it's fine. And I swear to you, I heard a voice say,
Gordon.
would Gordon Ramsay put that on
What would
his
Gordon do?
What would Gordon do? There you go.
There's a gold nugget.
WWGD.
What would Gordon do?
And I knew he would not. There was no way that he would have been okay
That's
with
awesome.
that. And I was like, okay. And I got a different one because I don't like wasting food. I
No.
didn't want to waste it.
Well, and that's a huge part of the food service business's waste. And I was thinking about that, at least with cured meats and cheeses and stuff, there is a better shelf life than your average
There-
produce, but
But not the produce.
not the produce.
Strawberries, I threw away so many strawberries. We finally quit putting the strawberries on our boards because I was throwing them away faster than I could use them because they weren't perfect. So from that moment on, I knew I needed to be perfection every single board, every single time.
Well, that definitely holds that you
She's
did
got
that.
blackberries on ours.
Okay, good. And grapes. So we can put it on the ground and then we can eat it.
Yeah,
we're not
let's
on the
test
floor.
that. I'm going to
No,
throw
we're
it on the
not
floor
doing
and you can eat
You
it.
know, I love that she did. And again, if you're going to get a board from you, you expect that when they get that, it's one of those aha, wow moments. And that's what you're thinking to deliver to your customer and the customer experience. Yeah.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about your growing it and the customer experience and some of the feedback you've gotten from what you've done.
Well, what we found is when people would come to our store to pick up their board, the first thing they would do is they would take it and they would look at it. They would instantly, they weren't even looking at me, they're looking at their board and like, oh, it's so pretty every single time. And so what we did at the time, we don't do it now because of our volume, it just takes too much time, but we would leave the box on, like, we wouldn't have the sticker on the front of it. And when somebody would come to pick up their board, we would pull it out of the fridge, walk it over to them with the front of it facing them, and open it and say, here it is. What do you think? And they would drop right down to look at it, and that kind of the smells would waft up. And it was an entire experience for them to get to see their board, smell it, and anticipate what it was going to be like. It was
Who thought about doing that presentation like that?
I
Like you
did.
said. And so everybody does that. If I walk in right now and I get a board,
No, she said she didn't do it.
We don't do that right
Gotta do that,
now.
though. Why?
But we have our volume's too high. We started wrapping it in this plastic because it just feels like it's, if you're taking it somewhere else, it just seems more safe, like nobody's tampered with it.
Actually, the presentation's still pretty good. I'm
And-
smelling it from here, and it's already still plastic.
And we do a lot of things on these platters right here, these palm leaf platters, and you can't open it, but you can see through it. So they still get to see the experience, and I'll try to, hold it up to them still. We still present it with the front facing them.
Yeah, it looks great.
Mhm.
And then I bet the second you open that lid,
It smells good. It
Yeah.
smells real good. All right.
Yes.
Chris told me I couldn't have any right now because he didn't
You
want me
could-
smacking into the microphone.
Hey, Kraft, I got something else I gotta say. No, you can't. It's horrible radio. Nobody wants to listen to us talking on food. We are gonna chomp the crap out of this though after we're done. All right.
Yes.
So in your biz, retail, walk in, online, and then how I met you doing events. What is
Correct.
the split on the revenue, percentage wise?
Originally, we did smaller boards like this for 2 people, up to 6.
So
I'd get
this is what, 8 inches square, 9 inches square?
This is 8 inch.
Okay.
Yeah. This that I brought for you guys is off menu.
Got a
Mm.
custom.
Hey, everybody. Hey, if you go to the gathering board, you won't be getting the Chris and Ellen special. But I will tell you what, if you go on the gathering board and you put in a note that you heard us and you want to order one, they did say they give you a discount. So check it out. Don't worry, it works every time. All right. So
Fine. All right.
Wow.
hey,
Do that on the air. That's nice, Chris.
We would be happy to.
let me tell you how many
Oh,
times I got
geez.
hit up on that one.
Yeah.
You'd
So-
be thrilled. I mean, especially if you get 500 more orders off this. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Do you,
you
do you
ship
ship to
across the US?
Australia?
We do not ship to Australia.
How about the U.S.?
We do not do any shipping right now.
Oh.
We have okay, so
I'll
we,
tell you what, if you do it, you can say that Chris said he would give me a Delta drink voucher to come pick it up. If you have to fly to Atlanta, I will give you a Delta drink voucher. Put that on there.
I will fly to them if they would like to hire me to do an event. I would love to do that. That would be phenomenal.
So you actually, so well, let's get Chris's question first, but
Yeah.
then I'm dying to know because you've
Yeah.
branched out into some other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So originally, this is what we did the most of. I
Okay.
get super excited if we got a board that served 20 people. Like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, huge order. It would take me so long to put it together. Now, I can do a box like this in 10 minutes because we have everything prepped and we have everything ready and we have this big, sandwich prep cooler and just we're set up.
Really cool meat slicer, I'll bet.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
All right. I still want to get
So-
the revenue
Yeah,
split.
one of
Now,
the red
now
Italian ones.
we've seen a shift, especially this last year or two. Instead of the smaller individual boards, now we're doing events. And so I would say we are probably 75% events and 25 boards. But the events doesn't have to be like where you met me. It could be, hey, we're gonna order, platters that serve 50 people. We just don't necessarily want a whole grazing table. So
And of the 25% boards, what percentage are ordered online versus people walking in?
probably 50-50. We don't really get a whole lot of walk-ins. We're
Right.
not a restaurant. We're not a catering company. We're not
Holly Springs, Georgia, is not,
retail.
a high walkable
Correct.
area. And so I think when people are thinking about your city, having been through it, it's
No, but I
totally
could think,
out of
so
demographic.
you're a realtor is an example. I've got an open house. I'm going to swing by and get a board.
And we do that.
Okay.
Fridays definitely are busier for that. So we anticipate we're going to have walk-ins and we'll have them ready. We do have a space right now that you can come sit down and eat, but we're not quite set up for that yet. That's why we're a little bit of everything, but nothing specifically.
So
it's just
events is what
tricky.
you guys right now are thinking that's probably where we want to focus.
Events, yeah.
So let's talk about that event. The event that I went to, they had this amazing spread, but they also presented it so just absolutely, it was a work of art that you didn't want to eat, but you of course ate because I eat.
Yeah. How long did that last?
Then they had the big Parmesan, the wheel, huh?
A full wheel?
The full wheel, the full wheel. And I said, I got to have some. And Derek was working the wheel. He was getting the pasta going. Out came the pasta. Here it comes. I eat some. I honestly could have sat there and just ate pasta all night, but I had to go talk. So that night I go home and I talked to my wife and my daughter who were they were in South Beach, and they had just got done doing the same thing and sent me some pictures of it. They had spent $50 a plate to get. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna bet mine might have been better. And what I got back was, but I'll bet our waiter was cuter. I'm like, oh, okay, honey.
I would disagree with that.
Right. Well, I can't say that, but
Look at Derek. I mean, come
He's
on.
adorable.
He is.
he is. But that was my wife saying that. I was like, that didn't feel good.
So you have the full Parmigiano Reggiano wheel.
Correct. His name is Reggie. And we call the experience Pasta Baby.
And it is awesome. I mean, guys, it is one of the best things. I'm not joking.
I have so many questions about
then-
that pasta wheel, just off air, maybe. But
Yeah,
oh my
since
god.
then, I went to we went to an Italian restaurant, and I refused to get it because I still remembered how good this one was, and I just didn't want to spoil it. So I did something else. But back to, and the reason I bring that up is because you said something originally was the whole inspiration for this was you sharing a board and the intimacy and the gathering board, which your name is. And when I had that wheel, and this was a non-intimate moment, this was a big networking event. We had 180 people there doing everything, and you guys were slinging it, moving it happen. It was awesome, though. And I would say it still resonates with me on how good that was.
It is just phenomenal. It's the best pasta I've ever had. I think it ruins you for other pasta. And we've heard it from enough people who've traveled extensively from just them saying this is the best pasta I've ever had. And you hear it enough times, like the first couple times you're like, they're just being nice. But you hear it enough times, you do believe it's good. And actually, since you had it, we've perfected it even better.
Oh.
We've sourced out a different pasta.
So this is a different business or just part of the whole charcuterie experience?
It is a product that the Gathering Board provides right now with the intention of launching it as its own.
The
Business.
pasta baby shall be launched.
Yeah.
Can we birth the pasta baby, Ellen? Oh my gosh, we're coming to the end of this thing, and I'm having so much fun. I hate that we got to end this, but guys, we're coming to the end.
But there's more to talk about. I mean, they've
so
got
much-
wine, they've got a charity. They have a charity that they do.
All right.
Can we give it a
Let's
mention?
talk about that real quick.
Okay.
I would love to talk about that.
Let's shout out a charity. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Okay, so we 3 years ago got started with this group called Rally Foundation, and it happened because 3 different clients of ours purchased something from us. 2 of them were grazing tables for a charity event, and another one was a board. And they
Amazing table. That sounds like right up your alley.
Thanks. I did. Strap on the feedback, bro. I was going right up there, and you couldn't get me off that. Moo, moo.
so I don't even know what to say with that.
No.
Back to the
Back-
charity.
Back to charity.
Three
Moo moo
three
charity.
clients.
We heard about it from 3 different people, 3 different times, all naturally. And when you hear something different ways, you want to pay attention. And so we started looking into this charity. It's called Rally Foundation. What they do is they raise money to fund childhood cancer research. And so, like, how do you say no to that? You're
You
talking
don't.
about something with CHOA. It's an incredible group of people. And I think they give like 97 cents of every dollar towards
Awesome.
researchers. They don't hardly keep anything. So we've catered a couple events for them. We did their board of directors meeting last December, and then they have this rally on the runway in April. And 2 years ago, so in 2023 was the first time we were part of it. We donated a class, so charcuterie board making class, and that brought in $900. So we're
Oh,
pretty
that's
excited about
fun.
that. Yeah, that was in their silent auction. And then last year we donated an item for the live auction. And so we did a 25-person charcuterie grazing table, pasta baby, and
How much did that go for?
then alcohol as well. So a bar.
Much.
And we raised $6,700 last year.
Right there, buddy. I would
So,
have right there.
This
Hell yes, I want that.
right?
Yeah.
$6,700, right? And then this
She
year,
might sell a second one if you match.
our same item went for $10,000,
Ooh,
and we had a matching.
little rich for the
Better.
head.
So we sold 2 of those for $10,000.
Let's go.
It was
Way to go.
phenomenal. We were
Rally
so
Foundation.
excited.
How can people find the Rally Foundation?
It's rallyfoundation.org.
.org.
Yes.
And you guys are not .com. You guys are .co.
We are
So-
.co. And when we started the business, I thought, it'll be fine. And it's okay. Definitely people struggle sometimes to find us, or they'll email at thegatheringboard.com and they'll say, hey, it bounced back, but we're .co because we're the Gathering Board Co.
What does thegatheringboard.com do? Because that's Jack. Man, I hate that one. Those guys suck.
That's so mean.
I know.
It did
Hey.
forward to another company, and now it's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
So don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. And you know what? If you got it, you better give it to them because they're giving to kids with cancer. And if you don't give to them,
You're going to
killing
slash your
kids.
tires, aren't
Yeah.
you, Chris?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Come on.
calm down, man.
Oh, that's over. It's on. It's on now. That's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chris is going to mess him up, but we got Derek. He can make him feel better.
That's right. Derek will bring it back
Derek
to
will
life.
fix 'em.
Remember, Chris, the crap out of cuts their tires. Don't worry. It's not a Sicilian thing at all. I mean, you're talking about charcuterie. This is my love. Huh? We're talking about. All right. So you guys have also launched into wine, according to Alan.
We do. We got our liquor license last year. And so we do bartending. We can bring the alcohol to your event, which is very unusual for most bartenders and caterers
Mm.
because we have our caterer's license in our storefront.
So
And
you guys enjoy doing these events because you guys do them together, and
they're
those
so
are
fun.
yeah.
Yes. They're so fun. We love doing them. We love feeding people.
So
It's
can I come to Holly Springs, get a little board, and have a bottle of wine at your place yet? Or-
yes.
Really?
Yes. Yep.
Ah,
Yep. We have some tables in the front and we can pour you a glass of wine, wine by the glass, by the bottle. We can do cocktails.
there are
We
a
can do
lot of
cocktails.
verticals.
Go.
Really?
Oh,
We can. That's a COVID era thing that
I
got
think
signed into law.
before
Super
we get
excited about
going,
that.
you guys are making great money, right? I mean, it worked. I'm going to say great money because everybody else is always killing it, right? Oh my God, Chris, handyman, doing this whole thing. Oh my God,
Don't ask him how much, Chris. I know you want to.
no, no,
Don't-
no.
yeah.
But my point is, in my business, I'm like, in fact, I'm talking with another handyman potential guy. He's thinking about scaling his business. So I'm like, all right, bud, let's talk. I said, because if I had a chance to do it all over again, I'd probably pick something else because it's really flipping hard. So you guys are in the middle of really flipping hard. You're in year 5, which kudos because you beat 9 out of 10. You're
Mhm.
there. So are you killing it?
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. So Derek worked and taught classes. I sold real estate for the first couple of years. So this was not something and immediately we could have quit our jobs and done. Now I worked longer and more hours doing this business. He supported us more with his business once it started going again. And eventually with the goal that we would like to do this full time. And it's taken a while and we're not rolling in the money,
But you're full time now.
but we are both full time. We hired a manager in January, and we have, I think, 3 to 4 other employees. One is mostly full time,
So
and then a couple part time.
the big question I've got, because a lot of our guys are thinking of starting a business, and we just talked about that. Was it as easy as you thought once you got into it? Did it go as well as you thought, or was it infinitely harder than you thought?
Um, the 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 feedback and the customer side of it has been phenomenal. Look, we do not have anybody yelling us. We don't have anybody refusing to pay us. We also set it up so that we get paid prior to going to any event. We don't have to collect money after the event. You pay or we don't go. And I say it nicer than that, clearly, but that's the way that we set it up from the get-go and to the point that we even our regular boards, would you like to pay now? And sometimes we'll let them pay when they pick up. But so that aspect has been phenomenal. We have some clients that are now friends, and we have so many great people we work with. Was it hard? Yes. Many nights we slept there. We actually finally got a cot so that we didn't have to sleep on the floor anymore because one time specifically in October, we had 2 weddings in one day. We hired somebody to help, like a temp person to help. And he arrived and I was like, hey, how's your knife skills? He goes, oh, they're legit. Like, okay, great. Go, cut all this up. And it was not legit. It was
No.
bad.
It was horrendous.
It was
So
bad.
not legit. So actually, if we were in a knife fight, he probably wouldn't have got me, and you wouldn't have to do CPR. You know what I'm saying?
No, maybe those knife skills were good.
He
Those
would
are-
have known where to put the knife, but he didn't know how to cut salami. So
Well, at least
yeah.
he showed up because I could tell you a story. I thought you were about to say, and he didn't show up.
Well,
I'm
we
like,
sent
"Oh,
him home.
Welcome to my Monday.
No, we sent him home. He
Oh.
was so bad. So we ended up spending the night twice in a row to get our food done, to get our prep done, to present an event that was worthy of our name because it's not their fault that we hired somebody that didn't know what they were doing.
Right.
They wanted good food and we had to provide that.
Yeah, I think again back to protecting your brand at all costs. That's the business owner. That's the business owner's thing, and
Mhm.
that's my gold nugget. I'm gonna leave with everybody: is you have to protect your brand regardless of what you've tried. And you know what? It's not as easy as you think, and it's so hard. The reason I got into business is I saw all these guys golfing on Friday, and I was working my butt off, working at a financial institution, and then you come to find out No, man, we're working way more than I ever worked in my life, but I do it because I love it. 17 years later, still grinding, making it happen. So kudos to you guys, 5 years into it. I think you guys have nothing but upside in front of you. I've started to see a lot more charcuterie board companies out there. I
Mhm.
think that just makes the market. Alan wanted to talk about this. And he says, "Hey, I think that's competition." I'm like, I think that just brings awareness because I don't think people even knew this was a thing. So if you are the top of the thing and other people are just filling it in, I think that's going to help you guys a
I'm
ton.
not opposed to competition. It really makes you work harder and make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And we've been so fortunate to get into these amazing businesses and different uh, places like where we met you. Can I do a shout out? Can I say the business name?
Absolutely.
David at Cambria is awesome. He's my favorite person ever. And he
Hashtag David Leonard.
hashtag David Leonard. He's the best. He's introduced us to so many other people.
Besides you, Derek, of course.
They look the same. Um,
Oh,
And-
there's a type.
yes.
So you're probably top 10, Chris.
I'm
huh?
close. I'm almost in there. I'm almost there.
But like
Finally, we brought somebody in with the same hairstyle we have.
I
Alan.
know.
that's not really a style, but okay.
Yes, it is.
It's all-
It depends on how you rock it.
I like to call it cheap and buzz cut.
Yes. Yeah. But no, we've served the governor. I have a selfie with the governor. We've worked with senators,
Oh, now we're just jealous.
mayors,
kidding me?
and billionaires. Our boards go on private jets, and it's amazing to say that. It feels a little surreal, but I really honestly can say we spend as much time putting a board together for the local PTA as we would for the governor. And that's just our standard. And that's where we teach our employees, our team members. This is pretend every single one is a test run, because we have had people come in, order a box this size, and then the next week call us up. Hey, we ordered a board from you last week. We loved it. We would like you to cater our wedding.
You know, I hate, but I love what you just said because that's exactly what happens to me in my business is that they try us out on a handyman job and then they say, okay, you guys did so well on that. You can come do my bathroom now.
Mhm.
Well, it's a totally different skill set, but we showed them that we have, and we do have the capability of doing it, but we showed them through our processes and our customer service that, hey, if you go with us, this is the kind of service you're going to get. And that's what you do, regardless of level,
Right.
regardless if it's a charity or just somebody who's looking a little small coming off the, because you have no idea who you've got in front of you.
You don't.
That's the fun and the gore that happens when you have to serve the general public.
Right. Absolutely.
Fun. Guys, this has been awesome. Continued success to everything you guys are doing. Let's give a shout out. It's the
Thegatheringboard.co, the Gathering Board Company.
.co. All right, guys. You learned something on this one. And guess what? It's not always sunshine and roses. If you think you're a great cook and start a restaurant, check yourself. Listen to this episode. If you think you love food, keep eating it, but don't think you can make money doing it. If you want to make money doing it, I would not recommend winging it like Andrea, but I would definitely recommend having a whole lot of passion like Derek and Andrea have. Get out of here. Go make a great buck. We'll see you next week. We got to go.
Cheers, everybody.